Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to be showing you a reusable K-Cup on the Keurig K Select coffee maker. So I just did a detailed review on this Keurig K Select. I really like it. And I just got this new design My K Cup reusable K-Cup. But I also have this Perfect Pod reusable K-Cup. Now normally I can get these purple ones to work in my Keurig machines. So let me start off by saying I couldn't get it to work in this one. Normally you just put it in and close the lid, but I got water leaking out all over. And I don't know why that happens on some machines. Some machines, these work really well, and some they don't. Water pours out from the top and goes around the sides of the machine. So with this machine, I couldn't get this to work. I think it has something to do with how well that top needle seals on top of the thing, because I've noticed other Keurigs have something different up here around that needle that maybe help it seal. But so for this machine, I'm going to be using this My K Cup. This is $10. So I just wanted to show you. So this takes the place of a K Cup, and you're able to use a paper filter. You can just put coffee grounds in these, but the paper filter prevents sediment. I've not found a paper filter for this, so this will come into play later. So here we have, this is a really nice reusable K-Cup. It's got this lock and unlock, and it's got these two white dots. So right now it's locked, so turn it to the unlock position, and then this gray part's going to pull up. This is just kind of a basket, and then this is where the coffee is kept. You just kind of pull it off. There's an O-ring up there. That's what keeps that on there. But so it's got a maximum fill line. I've checked. You can get 2.5 tablespoons of coffee grounds in here. So this is a wire mesh filter. And the coffee grounds, what's really nice about this is, so you can, any coffee grounds that you can get, make sure they're ground to like a coffee maker grind, which is a medium grind. So like any, you know, as long as it looks like a, you don't want anything too fine like an espresso grind. It won't allow the water to go through. And too coarse of a grind, the flavor won't get extracted. So just a medium grind like a coffee maker. And so this lid, now this lid, see how it's got a place for one needle? It's also got this red thing. So I can take this red thing out. This is for another type of Keurig that has 5 needles. So there's a K Supreme that has 5 needles on the top. So for this machine, we want to leave this red thing in. I've got a detailed review on this My K Cup when I show you that I actually use it in those other type of machines. But today we're just going to be using it with the K Select. So once you put your coffee grounds in, you're going to put it in this black thing. And then again, look for the white dot and the white dot. So line those up, start in the unlock position, push down, and then turn it. Now make sure, I have noticed that sometimes these ears will lock and they're not all the way engaged. So make sure they're engaged and you're in the lock position, and it shouldn't pull up. Now this thing comes with this adapter. This is for a different type of Keurig. This is for the Keurig Pluses. I'm not sure what that machine is, but you don't need it for this machine. So if it's on there, you got to remove the sticker, and it leaves the tape residue. But just kind of bend this a little bit kind of down, and then it'll just come right off. This is all you need now for this coffee maker. So back to this K-Cup. What was nice about this K-Cup is you just left the needle basket in, and it was the same size as a normal K-Cup. But again, I couldn't get this to work on this machine. So with this K-Cup, we've got to take this needle basket out. Be careful, there is a needle down there, but we're just going to kind of pinch the sides. Pinch the sides and poke up from the bottom, and then this will pop out. So we got to take this whole needle basket out and just set it off to the side. It's a good time to clean it while you've got it out. It comes apart right here. You just kind of snap it off and it'll snap back on. But now we've got our Keurig reusable K-Cup. It's got an arrow, and it's going to go right up here. So we're just going to set it up here. And, yeah, try not to drop it. But I wanted to show you this. So there's a big notch right here. That's what that's for. So the arrow goes up, and see how it sits flush? That way when I close this handle, I'm not forcing it. You know, these handles are really fragile. If you get this off, say you don't have the arrow straight up and you've got, oh, it's in, and you try, oh, forcing it, you can break these. So just take your time. It'll sit flush, close it, and there you go. So now let's put some coffee in it. So here we have a normal K-Cup. This one over here has been brewed already. This one has not. I've measured how much coffee is in a normal K-Cup. It's 2 tablespoons. So this one is able to hold a little bit more coffee, but I still like to brew it on the 8-ounce setting. And again, so K-Cups all have paper filters in them. You'll see why that's important, because these paper filters do prevent sediment. That's why when you use a K-Cup, you don't ever see sediment in your coffee at the bottom of your coffee cup. So again, you can use a tablespoon, but we're going to unlock it, pull this off, pull that off. All we need is this now. So you got to get the coffee grounds into there. So that pink reusable K-Cup I showed you, it's a Perfect Pod. They make an easy scoop. This thing works really well. It's exactly 2 tablespoons. So you just scoop it out, and then you put this lid on, and then it dumps it in there really nice. Now I've got my coffee grounds in, so that's, I had that kind of a heaping 2 tablespoons, so it's 2.5 tablespoons almost. So you can see we're just underneath the max line. I could put a little bit more in there, but that's fine. So again, don't compact this or nothing. It's not an espresso machine. Just leave it in there nice and loose. We're going to take, well, I like to put it in this black thing first. So it can go any way in this black thing. Okay, just set it in the black thing. Line up the white dots. So again, there they are. It's in the unlock position. And then just turn it to the lock. Verify that, yeah, all those ears are down. Good. Now it's ready to be inserted into the Keurig. Again, I got my needle basket out. This has an arrow. I'm just going to put the arrow forward, and it just sits there. And when I close the handle, I don't have to force it or nothing. It's nice and easy. So you can treat this like any standard K-Cup. Again, I run my K-Cups at the 8-ounce setting. This is 6, 8, 10, 12. The nice thing about a Keurig, so say you like it at the 6-ounce setting, it tastes good to you, you can run it through the 6-ounce setting. It's just not very much coffee. The 10-ounce, you know, if you like the taste of a 10-ounce, and since this holds a little bit more coffee grounds, you might be able to go up to the 10-ounce. But I've tried several coffees with different levels. I just like the 8-ounce. I like to be able to run 8 ounces through my K-Cups, and it tastes really good. So I'm going to run 8 ounces through it. So it acts like a normal Keurig K-Cup. You've got a nice stream coming out. I don't have water leaking out. With the pink one, I had water coming out the sides, kind of everywhere. Again, it is a little weak towards the end, so you may want to stir it. So now let's take the K-Cup out. We don't have a bunch of water on top. Now be careful, these can be hot, so we're just going to take it out. So again, we're just going to go to the unlock position. You know, this, you have to clean this out too. But we'll see. So there's our coffee grounds. So there's the coffee grounds. It looks like it did a really good job. It got them all nice and saturated. So we do have to take this over the sink and wash it up. You will get a few coffee grounds down your sink, but you do have to wash this with soap and water because coffee does have some oils on it that you need to get off. And again, we just leave that red thing in there. I leave that red thing there and just clean it all up. It says it's dishwasher safe. I think they're just too small for the dishwasher. They're so easy to clean with a brush. Okay, so people ask me, how does it taste? You know, I don't necessarily notice a big difference between, like, I've got Folgers K-Cups and Folgers. And I've done a taste test where I've done the K-Cup against the reusable K-Cup with Folgers coffee grounds in it against a coffee maker. And the coffee maker to me tastes a little smoother. but the K cup and the reusable K cup with Folgers in it taste really, really close to the same. Now, where you get into a little bit of a difference is, so when I do a bold setting, I notice that the reusable K cup tastes not quite as strong as a K cup. So if you look, so K cups, I've noticed their grounds are a lot finer than, say, a normal coffee maker. Those grounds aren't quite as fine. So I think when you do a strong setting with a K cup, it does taste a little better. When I do the strong setting with a reusable K cup, I don't notice a big difference there. Again, I'm not a coffee expert, so that's just an opinion that I don't know. Okay, so let's talk sediment now. So here's that coffee I just brewed. I'm going to pour it into this. I've let it set for a little bit. Now there's that sediment. Again, I don't know if sediment is good or bad, but when you get down towards your, you're going to taste that a little bit. So I just wanted to show that to you, and it kind of looks kind of bad at first. And that's because, this filter works really well, but it can't keep that super, super fine coffee out of your coffee. And when I use this, I can use a paper filter. And then, because I get the same results. When I use this on a different machine and I don't use a paper filter, I get sediment from this K cup too. So it's the paper filter that is doing all the work. Okay, so earlier I brewed just a normal K cup. I brewed just a normal K cup that has a filter in it and everything. So I just want to show you. So you do get a little bit of sediment from a K cup. A little bit. Nothing like with that reusable filter. So what's really nice with these reusable K cups is, so a K cup on average is about 50 cents, 50 to 75 cents. I've done the math, and you can do a reusable K cup for about 20 to 25 cents. So half the cost. Half the cost of a K cup, and it's a lot more environmentally friendly. You do have plastic in here you got to recycle. So, but they are a little more work, and you do get sediment, and I don't know of any paper filters. So, not sure which way to go, but you do get a nice taste coffee with, with coffee grounds. So there may be a K cup that they don't make, and you got coffee grounds for it from your local coffee shop or something. So this is a great way to go. So I hope the video helped. That's the intention of my videos. I just want to help others. If you've got any questions on this machine and how I use the reusable K cup, leave them in the comments down below. I check them on a daily basis, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Thanks everybody for your support, and if you could, please like and subscribe.